Hello, YouTubers out there. Jeff G here with a video of not only bizarre adventures uh, and some fantastic comic books, and you'll see why I say fantastic after I show these few books. But some of them I won on auction, and some of them came from a collection, and some of them I got from eBay. But anyway, this particular book, Bizarre Adventures, this is only a fitting title for us all who collect comics that go on these adventures trying to find some of the books that we want, got to have, or just where little things takes us to find these books. This particular one, Bizarre Adventures number 27. Anybody that follows ETA Nick and his channel, he has different categories, and one of them was hidden gems, and he featured this particular book. And after watching the video, I just love these magazines that are in black and white. But if you tune into his channel, you can see his preview of this particular book, and it's a really great. It's got really some really great art by some really great artists in there. You have the Phoenix, story of the Phoenix, the Iceman, and also the Nightcrawler. And Chris Claremont did the story of Phoenix, and also you guys that are out there are big X-Men fans. These are Secret Lives of the X-Men. And so since I'm a kind of a big fan of X-Men, I thought this was, and after watching ETA's Nick's preview of this particular book, I started searching, and I got to have this book. And so I went on eBay, and this book is relatively cheap. I mean, you can find these for, $10, $15, under that even, depending on the condition. This particular book came in a 3-book lot, and it's in beautiful, beautiful condition. And I just wanted to have this in the collection simply because of the great artist, the Iceman, George Perez, does the artwork on that particular story, and the Nightcrawler was done by Dave Cockrum, and the inker on the Phoenix one was Klaus Janson, and John Buscema did the art. So this is a great book to have in your collection if you don't have it, and it's relatively cheap. So I highly recommend it. But anyway, if you go to the ETA Nick's channel, he previews this particular book in case you're interested. The second book in the lot was Bizarre Adventures number 28, and this is as a Elektra story. Also, The Shadow Hunter, and a couple other particular. This is Triton, I believe, from the Inhumans. There's a story on that too, but Anyway, this is Frank Miller. He did the Elektra story in there, the art, and the Shadow Hunter was Neil Adams. And the inkers was Dick Giordano, Terry Austin, and also Neil Adams did the some inking in there too. Another pretty nice book in a nice condition, all black and white. The third book, the last one, was Bizarre Adventures number 25. This has stories of Black Widow, Lady Demon, Daughters of the Dragon, and basically it's a Chris Claremont, Michael Golden artists, Terry Austin. So another, I haven't read them yet, but I'm going to be doing that in a few minutes. But I thought another great pickup of three nice magazines that I picked up for really under $20, and you can't go wrong with them. They're in really nice condition. So I was pleased with that particular buy. Oh, my little banner fell down here. Okay, the next couple of books I'm going to show are from the White Whale auction. I picked these books up on the auction. Alec and the other gentleman had White Whale auction proceeds, charity auction going to different charities. And these particular books I purchased through that. And I'm a big Justice League of America fan, so anytime I see Silver Age Justice League, it's hard for me to turn them down. But anyway, these were really in great shape. I mean, if you notice these, the condition, I mean, they're beautiful books. 1965 books. You can't beat them, especially in this condition. So I got Justice League of America 37, and also this one, number 34. This is a story about the Dr. Destiny. But again, this book is in really, really, really great shape. I mean, the white is really white. There might be a couple issues down there towards the bottom, but you got the Joker on the cover, Superman. So anyway, I was happy to, like I say, Bizarre Adventures. Sometimes you go on this little adventure, these auctions, and you never know what you're going to run into. Speaking of Bizarre Adventures, I ordered through eBay a Stan Lee book, and it was a She-Hulk with Iron Man cover on it, but it got lost in the mail. The post office delivered to the incorrect address, and I guess the person who received it didn't probably opened it up and saw what it was, and he thought it was a gift. And of course, if anybody knows anything about comic books, see Stan Lee's signature he ain't going to give it back. So that was that particular book was lost, and I contacted the seller. Me and him went discussed a few options, and to make it right, he said, "What else are you interested in?" And he sent me this book with a Stan Lee signature. So it all worked out in the end, and I was happy to pick this up. This will be for my grandson. He's a big Hulk fan. Like I say, he's only 4.5 years old, but hopefully when he gets to 20, 30, 40 years old, maybe he'll really enjoy it. That is, Papa bought this for him. But this is a nice book. It's in great shape. Something that I might decide to slab simply because to preserve it, not to resell or anything like that. But I thought it was a nice gesture on the eBay seller's part. Now I told you that this was going to be a fantastic presentation, and the reason why is these next run of books I'm going to show you are from my collection of the Fantastic Four, and some of the books I added to my collection. This was already part of the collection. I had this pressed and cleaned several months ago, and so anyway, that's basically the lowest number book in the collection, Doctor Doom. I was going to try to collect all the Doctor Doom covers of the Fantastic Four, but that kind of derailed on me simply because they're so expensive anymore. But nonetheless, this is a Fantastic Four 16. Another great cover with the Avengers, Fantastic Four number 26. This is a book that needs a pressing and cleaning. This is a low grade, mid grade type of book. It's got a few little issues, but overall, though, it needs cleaned for sure. But as far as that, it just has good eye appeal. And kind of happy that I found this. These are hard to find for a reasonable price anyway. Next one is number 55. This book I bought several months ago, over a year, and it's such a nice condition book. And with being a Silver Surfer fan, didn't want to pass it up, and I got it for about a year ago. The prices weren't that bad on these things. And this particular book, of course, has gone up in price. But this is probably the nicest one of the collection. I was thinking about getting this slab, but I like them raw. Another one is number 56. Most of all these books are in very good to fine plus, very fine. Some of them are pretty decent shape. That's number 56. Here's 58. Like I say, I was trying to find some more Doctor Doom. All these books I'm showing you basically came from eBay. Now I did buy a couple from Discovery Bay Comics on one of Big Lion Cat's auctions, or I forget, All About Comics auction. I think this is one of them. 59, 61, here's 163. I gotta pick up a camera one of these days if I'm gonna keep on doing these videos. Makes a better presentation. 64. Then we go to 71. Again in fine plus condition. Won this auction on eBay. That's 71. This is 72. Got this one for a pretty good price, and it's a really nice condition. It's nicely centered. Beautiful book. Love the red. And it, of course, it got Silver Surfer on there. Next one is 73. That's kind of cool. It's got Spider-Man, Thor, Daredevil on there. We got 74. When Call Galactus. I thought this was a pretty cool cover. It's in nice, really nice shape. Got Silver Surfers on it. Here's another one. It's really nice shape. 75. Nice eye appeal. Reds really pop. Silver Surfer. Another one I believe I showed this one already. Number 77. Again, Galactus on there. Silver Surfer. Nice reds. I love these reds. They really pop out. Beautiful. Let's see. We have 86. Doctor Doom with a date stamp. 1969. 87. I picked that up from Discovery Bay. And then a couple of these other ones are king size special. This is number 4. This one's in kind of a beat up condition. I think I spent less than $15 for this thing. But it's got a lot of wear there and some denting. It definitely needs a press. And I also think it's been color touch. There's some color touch maybe on there, but I didn't care. Something under $15 is pretty good. And plus, it also had this advertisement on there for Fantastic 425. And this one is giant size number 5 annual, or not annual, but king size special. This is the first Silver Surfer solo story. And then this, I had one already in my collection, but this one's in a little nicer shape, so I kind of upgraded on it. So can't go wrong that way. And some of these other ones are some of the annuals. This is number 2. This is Doctor Doom. Like I say, I was trying to collect the Doctor Doom covers. This is kind of in fair shape. It's got some issues like right around the spine and stuff, but I had it pressed and cleaned, and there's a little bit of tearing, scrapes, and whatnot. These books are hard to find in any kind of a mid-grade or high grade. And if you do find them, you're gonna pay a few bucks. This was relatively inexpensive. I've had this for well over a year. I just thought it was a nice book to have. And I also like the multicolor Fantastic Four with the white cover. Now these ones found on eBay. This is the annual number 3. I have number 2 and number 3, and this one's got a faded type of cover and everything. It's not as white as it should be, and it's got some sunspot, whatever. Must have been other books stacked on top, but still, for the age of it, and got all the superheroes on there: Iron Man, Spider-Man, Captain America. There's Doctor Doom, the Thing, Hawkman. I just thought this was a pretty good annual to have, so I got number 2 and 3, and the reason what I call bizarre adventures. I found this Fantastic Four annual number 1. This particular slab was on the White Whale auction. This came from Comics NYC collection. He donated this book to the auction, and anybody that follows Comics NYC knows that he has some great books in his collection. So I was really proud to be able to bid on this thing, buy it now, and I thought I got it for a really good price, below GPA. So now I got annuals 1, 2, and 3. Back of the book is nice shape. 5.5. No complaints here. Really presents well. This is another book that's tough to find in good condition. So 5.5. That's like a steal. And then he also threw this book in for nothing. So I want just to give a shout out to Comics NYC, White Whale Comics, for their great auction. They had charity auction, and thanks Comics NYC for doing that. I appreciate this book. This will go nice in the collection. And these last two I was going to show as part of the Fantastic Four. This particular book, my son won this at on Instagram. They have some auctions, and even though this is a 0.5, really low grade book, but it still presents nice. I mean, you know, the center of the book. I mean, I guess for a .5, it's pretty good shape. I think the only reason why you got a .5 is it was off-white pages. But I think the cover's detached, maybe, at the one end. But, I mean, the back of the book is decent, you know, a lot of chipping and stuff. But, hey, for $20, that's what he's got invested in it. .5. Low grade is better than a no grade. So I told him, I said, that was a hell of a deal. So just something that we have in the collection. Next one, I picked this book up well over a year ago. And I tell you the truth, I didn't want to spend a bunch of money on it. And I started getting cheap on it and found this 5.0 off-white pages. But it's really a nice book. I mean, some of these mid-grade books, I mean, that ain't shabby. I mean, that's pretty nice. It's nice, well-centered. It's got good colors for a 5.0. I'll show the back. Back is really nice shape. I mean, what the heck? It's a really nice book. So I was happy with that purchase. So that's all that kind of really matters. So anyway, that was my Bizarre Adventures, fellas, and my fantastic comic book haul and buys and collection. So I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for tuning in. And hey, well, we'll catch you guys later. Peace, brothers.